Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for coming to the watch party for Not a Moment, but a Movement, episode one, featuring Groundation, written by Angelica Cheri, starring Sharia Irving, and directed by yours truly. I just wanted to very quickly, um, I've never done watch party before, so I don't know what the rules are, so I'm making them up as I go. I just want to give everybody a framework for this. So basically, I'm the artistic director of the Fire This Time. The Fire This Time's mission is to amplify the pipeline of Black playwrights. That's our mission. That's what we do. That's what we try to do, at least. Not a moment, but a movement. Not a moment, but a movement. That just is screaming for some kind of song, I think. But that is the brainchild of Tyrone Davis, who is currently the associate artistic director of Center Theater Group in Los Angeles. And Tyrone reached out to Bruce Lemon from the Watts Village Theater in LA. What's up, Bruce? What's up, Watts Village? And Kelly Gerard, who is the founder and executive director of the Fire This Time Festival, with this idea of having a multidisciplinary festival almost, where we would combine a playwright, a visual artist, and a musician for each episode. And the Fire This Time, or all of us were um, tasked with curating this. And so it starts off, what you'll see a program that starts off with the our forever Miss America, Vanessa Williams. Um, Quick Vanessa Williams story, real quick. So, okay, so I got to know Vanessa Williams through LaShawns, who I met through our kids are in the same dance class years ago. And I remember being so nervous reaching out to her to ask her to do this. And when she said yes, I feel like that was like the moment when I like arrived. I mean, I don't want to get emotional here, but I get a little emotional. Love Vanessa Williams. Eighth grade Cezar is through the roof. All right, so you'll see Vanessa Williams. Then you have Bruce Lemon, who's acting as our host, who's the co-artistic director of Watts Village Theater. And one thing you'll notice about Bruce is he is very, very intense. And so what was interesting about doing this, because we recorded this uh, on the Kirk Douglas Theater back in November, but we're editing it all the way through January, and we had a chance to see Bruce's introduction before we had finished editing Groundation, and so it was a lot of pressure because Bruce is selling it, y'all. Y'all see Bruce Lemon is selling it. And then you have Jessica Laurel, who's a wonderful musician, and then it ends with a meditation from the beautiful artwork of Kenyatta A.C. Hinkle. And in between that, you have my girl, who I'm about to bring on right now, playwright extraordinaire, Angelica Cheri. Angelica, come on, let's just talk a little bit about Foundation.
Caesar, I love your introduction.
It's the truth, though, right? Bruce is intense, isn't he?
I love it. He
So
he sold it, selling it. He kind of like, yeah.
I was like, oh, dude, we got to do better. Got to go back and re-edit this joint that match the introduction.
I know.
Um, so
He sold it.
I kind of want to ask you to say something about Foundation, but then I kind of want you to tell the story of Foundation, how Foundation came to be.
Yeah. Well, so really, Foundation was born through the National Black Theater Festival's I Am Soul residency, and
Yes,
I was just graced with that opportunity to cultivate a play from scratch. And I knew that I wanted to complete my Prophet Cycle trilogy with them, and which those the first two plays in that trilogy are all family dramas, and so that's what I
yes.
thought Foundation was going to be.
Remember
And
that?
so I know, it was just like, okay, we're gonna ride this wave. We're gonna figure out, and that was the beauty of it, process, like allowing us to really walk through all of those beats. And so, about halfway through the process, I realized like Fatima just wants to be talking. She don't need nobody interrupting. She just needs
No.
space just to like speak her truth. And so then that's when I gave myself permission to write this one woman show. And this is all my business, y'all. Well, not all of it, but like
A good bit of it.
this is some version. A little bit.
I,
Well,
I'm trying
this is
to
my
I'm trying to
full
imagine
truth.
you sitting next to your father watching this play. That must have been interesting.
I wasn't sitting next to him. That's a clue. I was in my apartment. He was at his house. I was like, call me afterwards, Daddy. No, but it was great. Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and so what you guys will see is you'll see the wonderful Sharia Irving, who is starring in this solo show. She kind of embodies different characters as you go through it. And at some point in the process, when we were at the National Black Theater doing the workshop back in 2018 or 2017, 2018, these characters were in the play. And so now it's a solo show, just Fatima's journey and kind of Fatima's lens of all these different individuals in her life or forces in her life. So it's really wonderful. Um, so we did it in 2018 at National Black Theater Festival. No, at National Black Theater. Excuse me, I keep saying
National Black
National
Theater,
Black Theater.
right.
I have MBTF on the brain right now. Sorry, y'all.
I know.
With wonderful Jonathan McCrory
Yes.
and Belinda Harding. So when Tyrone was visualizing this whole thing, it was LA centered. So we wanted to find a playwright from LA, an artist from LA, a singer from LA. And then Angelica is from Los Angeles. I don't know if you could tell. She got that LA sunshine right there in her car there.
Whoop, whoop.
What's the temperature right now?
Yes.
Just to make myself sad. What's the temperature right now?
I
I
think
see
right
it,
now my car says it's 65.
and you're probably freezing cold, aren't you? It's
I
35
am. I
here in
got
New
my
York.
coat.
That's right. It's 35 here
Oh,
in New York. I just came from ice skating, so that's how
oh
cold it
snap.
is here. But yeah, so that was it. And so, but the other thing we wanted to do is to make sure that the production value and quality of this uh, presentation you're about to see, we wanted to do plays that had been workshopped or produced before. And the actors needed to be in LA because of COVID. And so God is so good. Sharia had moved out to
Yes.
LA, so we were able to bring the band back together. I directed Angelica's Beautiful Words and Sharia playing it, and so it just kind of all came together in a really another magical way. And I'm just so honored to have had another chance to uh, work on this beautiful piece. You and I met through the fire this time. So quick story. I'm telling a real quick
We
story. Then we're gonna get
did.
this.
Fire
We're
this
gonna get
time
this.
is
Fire this time is everything, right?
yes.
But I have two Angelica stories
Everything.
about the fire side. Two quick stories. So the first year I met you, you were producing. I was directing my wife Cynthia's play,
That's
and they
right.
had a fundraiser. It was a costume party,
Oh my God.
and Cynthia and I spent way too much money and bought these costumes,
Y'all
and
were y'all went all
we,
out.
we went all out. Goodness gracious! I don't know what we were thinking. I think maybe I don't know. Who knows? We were just really into it.
It was amazing.
But the party was not that well attended, is what I remember. Like it wasn't
That's
really as packed.
right.
So Cynthia and I really stood out.
There was,
But then social media, Angelica was running the social media for the fighters time. If you had seen this thing on social media, you would have thought it was jumping. I was like, golly, this Angelica Cheri is magic. So that's my first
well, then you
Angelica
put
story.
Larry Powell in the picture because Larry Powell was there. So it was just
Yes,
like, okay, the mayor came. Okay, so Larry Powell was present. So
yes. So it was. I
all
was
the
like, oh my
fighters.
goodness. And then I remember when you were doing Slow Gen Fits, and you called me to ask me if I would be able to direct Slow Gen Fits. And I remember I was sitting on my couch. Cynthia and I were probably watching King of Queens or something like that. And I remember being so excited. Like I remember you taking forever to ask me, like the longest preamble ever. And I was just thinking, I'm definitely doing it. I'm definitely doing it. Like it was not even a question. Just a chance to work with you in the I did not know how beautiful, and I don't think anybody knew what Slow Jen was going to turn out to be. But I want to thank you for that. That totally changed my directing career 100%.
I have to thank you. Like, I didn't know the reason why I had such a preamble is because you only knew me from that party, and blessings to Kevin R. Free for being the connector
Kevin.
that he is, because he was like, "Oh, I have a director for you," and I'm like, "Oh yes, please." And I had no idea what kind of opus that you were going to turn that into. So that was like a pinnacle starting moment for me. Like, wow, yeah, we're collaborators for life. Thank you. Sign at the
Exactly.
dotted line.
Exactly. And so,
Yeah.
all right, so we're gonna get this thing going. You guys are gonna get a chance to see Foundation, which is part of the journey of the collaboration between Angelica and I. That is a lifelong collaboration. It's been one of the great joys of my personal and art, my personal life and my artistic career.
Me
And I hope you
too.
guys love it. Enjoy. It's great. It's a great show. It starts off with Vanessa Williams, so it cannot be bad.
Can't go wrong.
It
Can't go
cannot go
wrong.
wrong. All right,
Can't
let's
go wrong.
get it going. Everybody enjoy. I love all of you. Thank you, fam. Enjoy the show. Thank you, Angelica.